So I have to use this, right? Okay. Good evening, guys. Alright. Character is a fundamental part of every one of us and distinguishes us from each other. We learn from our incident. We learn from family. And books, at schools and in our community, that a good character is a lifelong gift and accomplishment of us. Kindness, integrity, and honesty has been the moral compass for most of us since we came into this world. However, we're heavily influenced by society, and the sad reality is that those characters oftentimes don't matter when it comes to worldly success. There's even a popular myth advocating bad guys wins the game, illustrating how turning off our moral compass fast tracks us to fame and fortune, or at least how it comes more easily. In fact, history have given us many examples of how character don't really matter when it comes to being successful. Well, just in case of plagiarism, I introduced two more persons than Richard Nixon. I know the second time we see him tonight. So the guy right next to him is Osama bin Laden. I assume everyone knows him, and Saddam Hussein. All were severely lacking figures, yet they succeeded to a great height. Examples closer to our peer group, we might notice that there are some manipulative students that naturally receive more attentions, or some say favoritism from parents and teachers. Even in cases where their character may be lacking, they can still achieve high and be more successful than us. And this sad commentary on the human condition tells us that people don't necessarily need good character to be successful. Therefore, people tend to ask, does character really matter? Yeah, we have to think about this. But before we address this, let's talk about what comprises good and bad character. Unlike the term personality, which isn't inherently right or wrong and should not be judged by the society, character is always framed by a universally recognized moral criterion. People who we consider to have a good character also always have traits like honesty, integrity, loyalty, kindness, and fortitude, and other virtues that promote good behavior. As sons or daughters, we're expected to be thankful for loves and gifts that's given to us from our parents. And being religious, we're always expected to be loyal and totally devoted to our faith. And as students, especially in a faith-based high school like JSerra, we're always taught to be kind, honest, and have integrity. But take a breath. All of these are good characters, but you can do all of the things and still have a bad character. It's much easier to be a good person in the spotlight and under camera surveillance and in the earsight and spot and ears in the eyesight and ear spot of your peer groups. So I assume you guys are considering I'm a good person now. But when the test of a character truly comes, as it surely will, if you pass that test when no one is watching and except you and your conscience, then you will have reached the pinnacle of good character. And it doesn't matter whether you can be justified by the world at the time, you have already justified yourself with indestructible confidence and pride. Here's how my character is recently tested. Last weekend, with permission, I was using my Guardian cell phone. That was a 10R Max, which is larger than I'm used to. While I was using it, it slipped and fell to the ground. But I didn't notice any damage at that time. But later that afternoon, my guardian noticed that the screen cracked and he was about to go to the Apple store to repair it. But when we got there, I said, well, you know what, maybe I caused that damage and I want to pay for it. Well, he wouldn't let me to do it because he felt like no one was looking at this and I have no proof saying you did that. Well, I just said, you know what, I have an Apple gift card that I'm never gonna use in a lifetime. Could you just please let me pay for that repair? And finally, he let me pay for it with my bank card because I don't actually have a gift card. The only reason I'm doing that is because I want to take responsibility for my own fault. So, you see, character is also about doing the right thing when no one is watching or when no one's gonna know whether you did that. So, and after having passed that test, you are more likely to demonstrate a good character all the time because you have did so at the most difficult time to demonstrate it. Character does matter because it creates goodness for ourselves. And we leave a mark on this world, proudly announcing our achievement in the test of morality, which many people have ignored at the beginning. We should also demonstrate good character because, well, it's wonderful, gorgeous to achieve success, while it's equally horrible to fall from grace. Recalling the examples that I mentioned in the beginning of the speech, being the president of the United States was the highest point of Richard Nixon's career, while being impeached was the lowest point of his life. And as for Hussein and Bin Laden, they also paid the ultimate price for the carnage they caused with their very lives. Going further, character does matter for us and for everyone whose lives we affect. And here's a video about a character test that I found online, and I wish everyone can realize the power of good character after watching this video. And here you go.
This year for Christmas, what are you hoping to get?
A computer, a giant Barbie house, a trophy case, Xbox 360, Minecraft Legos.
What do you think your mom or dad want for Christmas?
My mom would probably want a ring. She's never really had a ring. Jewelry, she loves jewelry. And the TV, my watches.
So, you actually did buy an Xbox 360.
What in the world is this? Okay, you really got this?
A new laptop.
Wow, it's a necklace.
So we also bought a necklace because you said you also wanted to get a necklace for your mom or your auntie. The catch is that you could either get a gift for yourself, or you can pick a gift for your mom and dad. And you need to pick one. Now before you answer, oh, that's hard. Is that a really hard question?
Mm-hmm.
What gift do you pick?
A Jesus. I gotta go for it.
What gift do you pick?
That one. A dress. I'll choose I'll choose this one.
It's a really tough question.
I'll
but
give him this.
You already know? Tell me why.
Because Legos don't matter. Your family matters. Not Legos, not toys, your family. So it's either family or Legos, and I choose family. I get gifts every year from my family, and my mom don't get anything. If I get a laptop, my mom will something. She helps me when I'm sick. She helps me with my homework. She gave me a house to live in.
They look out for me and do stuff for me, so I need to give back to them.
Now I have the opportunity to give them something.
Because you actually picked the gift for your family, you're actually going to go home with both. Tell me how you're feeling.
I'm feeling really happy and thankful.
Just happy. Thankful
For your family? For what?
for my family, everything.
You didn't make this decision, actually. And you picked the Pandora child.
Oh, that's you can make me cry. Almost for me. Oh, it's for you.
Thanks, guys. I was trying to.
Sorry, that's the end. No, don't make my speech. That was amazing, right? I was like this close to crying after watching this video. So despite the fact that they can't even afford a Christmas gift and how badly they want it, they choose to sacrifice for the sake of their loved ones. What really educates us is that, well, they don't know what's about to happen. They all choose to perform a good character, which is being thankful, caring, and loving. Those acts produce goodness for themselves, well, unexpectedly, but more importantly, they bring goodness for the one that they care and love. This is what a good character is all about, and this is why character matters. Thank you.
All right.